Hello everyone, my name is Ling Minkwat. Well, for today's video, we're going to be talking about rockets. So I believe if you guys are interested in science and astronaut things, you guys will for sure have heard about the phrase of rockets. Well, rockets is a flying object, and it is really extraordinary that it has the power to bring satellites, humans, or astronauts out to the space. So how do rockets work? Where was it coming from? And what is it today? So first, let's look at its first inventions. So back in China time, there was a really big fight of the Chinese people. So at that time, they created a rocket powder that they put at the end of the arrow. So the arrow, you guys know how it is, right? It will be put on like a thing like this, right? Like it's like a thing that we use to play arrows, and the arrows will be set like this. So when we pull it to ourselves, it will set in the opposite direction, which is up there, right? And so that powder would release the gas for these arrows. So people all over the world, no, not over the world yet, but at that region were fascinated with China's inventions. So back then, there was a king of China, and he decided that why shouldn't we fly to the moon? So he sat in a wick chair, in a normal chair like we used to sit, just a normal chair, and he puts rockets down here. So it's like the rockets down here, and he sits on the chair. So do you guess what happens? The rockets, when they light up, are burning fire, and he does not have any protection. So that's when he failed and everything disappeared. I bet he didn't take off into the moon, but he might have passed away. So at this time, when people heard of it, that was also a failure. It was inspiration. So then people all over the world start to spread news of this. And then people start to get inventions out of a real rocket today, where it is protected by a heavily and safe coat of metals and things like that are unflammable. And so when you guys see the rocket size, you guys may be wondering, what's there that's make it so big? So actually, when there's people wear satellites like that, it only happens to be in the top part of the rocket. Lots of rockets that could fly high in the sky would mainly be stuffed with fuel. So that's mainly the reason why it's that big. And the fuel is the main part of the rockets. So when people did fuel the rockets, you guys will see those fire gas coming out, right? Those hot gases coming out. So those gas, they will come out from the bottom of the rocket. And so the rocket will shoot up in the sky. And so gravity and insanity will keep the rocket flying in its correct pace. So that's how a rocket actually works. So really fascinating, right? Even up until today, people still stuck with rockets for important missions or important satellites. But still, you guys could understand now that, okay, rockets were such a cool innovation that have deeply affected the astronomy field. That's all for today's video. Goodbye.